Moon River, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Hello, fans. We're going to talk about the moon, the second brightest object in our sky. You know, the moon is 400,000 kilometers away. 400,000 kilometers. It's much smaller than the sun, you know. And it has a much less mass than the sun, therefore you'd imagine the gravity is smaller. So, if you can jump like that on the Earth, on the moon, with 1/6 of the gravity, you can jump up here. Except it's not true. You have to wear a very big, heavy, protective suit because the moon has no atmosphere. That means it's open to attack from what we call the solar wind, particles from the sun, rather dangerous. It has a hell of a high temperature difference from minus 150 to plus 150. You cannot survive under those conditions without protection. The suit weighs around 100 kilos. Therefore, you cannot jump so high, but you can jump quite high. The moon, as we now know, orbits the Earth in 27 days. It also rotates on its own axis as it goes by. I demonstrated that to you in 27 days. If you define the length of a day equal to the time something turns around its own axis, our Earth turns around the axis in one day, 24 hours. Therefore, a day on the moon is 27 days, Earth days. And that is what astronauts have to deal with. That for 13 days it'll be very, very hot, and for 13 days it'll be very, very cold. So, they have to be protected when they travel to the moon. If you've seen the videos of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, they landed on the moon. I think it was July 26, 1989. A long time ago. I'm not sure about the date. My memory's not so good. Yeah, 89, yeah. Yes. And they have to wear this suit to protect them. Our atmosphere protects us from the particles that are dangerous. One idea is they will live in caves. The caves have already been discovered, protecting our astronauts and your taikonauts from the dangerous radiation from the moon, the sun. Why do we want to colonize the moon? Why do we want to do that? And as far as I understand, there are many reasons, but two are important. One, the moon is rich in minerals that we need for semiconductors for making your phones. Also, as a base for journeys to outer space, to the next place will be Mars. It's expected to colonize the moon within the next 20, 30 years. The United States, NASA, have said they will build a nuclear power plant on the moon by the end of this decade, by the end of 2020. Incredible. So, one question now, how do we know that people actually landed on the moon? There's many speculations in the internet, if you like, that it's all a Hollywood movie. No, it's not. If you have one of these, a laser, much more powerful than mine, you can bounce the laser light off a mirror on the moon left behind by the American astronauts, and you can measure the distance. When the laser light, pulse the laser light, measure when it comes back, and you can measure the distance to the moon. It takes 1.3 seconds for light to reach us from the moon. Now let me just pose a little thought for you. I'm thinking myself, the velocity of light is constant and it is not infinite. Therefore, do you ever see anything instantaneously? Think about it. Thank you.